All right, so I'm calling it 2025 is the year of the double stack 1911 for the working man. The reason I say this, well, first of all, this is the pistol that we're going to be looking at to start this all off. It's clear, there's nothing in the chamber, no magazine, beautiful. So, this is the first 1911 that I ever got, and I've waited until now to get one. And part of the reason for that is, well, 1911s cost a lot, and a lot of them were single stack. This is the magazine that comes with this pistol. It is a double stack magazine. There's 17 in here, right? And obviously 1911s, for those who don't know, are pistols that are actually made to have a bullet in the chamber being carried around. They come with extra safeties, like this grip safety. And aside from that, they have everything that I like a nice hammer to manipulate. They feel great. This one shoots amazing. I am still surprised at how good this pistol shoots. Now, I have held off on making a review of this double stack TSOS Night Stalker because when I get a new pistol, even if it shoots amazing for me, I go through YouTube, I see what other content creators are putting out on this gun. I will leave a comment in the comment section and I will ask other people what their experience is because every gun is a one-off. I could get a gun that's amazing, but everybody else's is a piece of crap, right? And then I don't want to go on here and encourage people to pick one of these up if everybody else is just getting a hot mess. So in the process, I did talk to an individual who scored the same pistol just like I did from the same sale that I got mine from. And it was an unbelievably good deal. PSA has them. They were liquidating a crate of these. And the price was just phenomenal. Something like this can now be compared to like a $500-600 pistol. I think this one came in at $599. Before this, 1911s cost thousands of dollars. And a double stack, I mean, you guys know how much a staccato costs, right? So I kind of got suspicious. Like, are these just being liquidated through PSA at an amazing price because there might be an issue with them? I ran 700 rounds through mine and had no issues at all. But somebody did leave me a comment saying that they had a terrible experience. And it had to do with their optic cut. Now the guy said that he ran his and it's an amazing running pistol. He loves it. He had zero malfunctions. I think he put like 300-400 rounds through his. It sounded just like mine, but his slide cut here, he said when he mounted an optic to it, he could actually see light at the very bottom coming through the other side. So that means it wasn't a good cut. And then even worse, when he put his dot on here, he couldn't zero it because his optic cut was at kind of the wrong angle. He got a hold of TSOS and they sent him this shim. I'm sorry. He said he tried a shim, it didn't work well, and then he sent his whole pistol out to TSOS. They mounted their own shim, and apparently it was a terrible job. The guy was really pissed. It didn't work out. When he got the gun back, not only was it really thick shim, but the screws that they used weren't long enough, and it sounded like a nightmare. And I was like, holy cow, is that what I'm in store for? Because I have not checked this slide cut yet. I have an optic in the mail now, so I can make sure this works. But the guy did get a response from them, and he called them on the phone, and they were like, okay, send the pistol back. They're probably going to give him a whole new slide. That's what was important to me. That's what I needed to hear, is that TSOS will stand by their product. Apparently, they tried to shim it. They didn't do a good job. Shit happens. And like I told the guy, they owe you a whole new slide. And it sounds like that's what they're doing. So that has given me enough confidence to talk about this pistol. Because I feel like if I have an issue like that, I'll be able to reach out to them and they will do the same thing for me. Because you never know when some of these guns are so cheap on PSA. You never know why one of these shops is liquidating a crate of guns. It could be that they need money for their next project and they need warehouse space, or it could be that they had an oopsie. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that was the case. I think he just got one that came out bad, okay? Usually in the firearms market, if there's an issue and the manufacturer knows there's an issue, they will say it's a blem gun. You can get the gun for much cheaper, but there's a blem in it, right? And that's perfectly fair, because I got to tell you right now, for what I paid for this gun and for how much it shoots, there are plenty of people that would pick this gun up for this price knowing that this optic cut would be messed up, because they were never going to put an optic on it. This pistol runs flawlessly. I've put 700 rounds and then 100 rounds of hollow points on this. 600 rounds of it was remanufactured ammo, and I had no issues with that, so that's pretty damn impressive, right? And it just feeds, it runs flawlessly, it shoots very well. It's one of my best shooting pistols. The recoil is just not there. So somebody would buy this pistol and just keep it the way that it is, especially for what, $5.99. This thing is a steal. But you still have to let people know that there's an issue, because if somebody is planning on buying this pistol and they specifically plan to put an optic on here, you want to let those people know that, hey, this is a blem and optics might not work that well. You're going to run into issues. So I'm all for them selling blem guns and just being honest with people. I wasn't sure if that was the case or not. And again, I don't think that's the case, and that's why we're talking about this pistol now, because I feel like I got an amazing price on this pistol. It performs very well. I have an optic coming in here, and I will showcase this pistol when it's done. But it really got me thinking, this really is the year of the double stack 1911, right? It's really hard to compete with this pistol for the price that I got it for. It'd be one thing if this was a single stack 1911. A lot of people could say, yeah, well, for $600, I can go get a lot of double stack guns, right? They're going to hold 17 rounds instead of 8 or 9, whatever the case may be with the single stack. And they have a very valid point, but these got upgraded to a double stack, so they're holding just as much as other pistols now. And 1911s just naturally shoot so well. This is an old platform, so they've had a really long time to work out all the flaws in this design and to make it just a really good shooting pistol. And personally, I think T-Sauce killed it with this thing. To me, it was just awesome. I'll be honest with you, this wasn't the color that I thought it was. It's kind of growing on me. The one that I saw advertised, it looked a lot more bluish, like a primer. This definitely has more of a green tint to it, and it's a little bit darker. My buddy at the gun shop said he thought it looked plastic. This is definitely not plastic. This is all steel, forged frame receiver. This is a plastic grip, but aside from that, and the trigger, got to mention that this does have a plastic trigger. This is a starter gun. It is a starter 1911. Or 2011 as people would say, but Staccato has the copyright to that. But it is really, really impressive what you get out of just a starter double stack 1911. I mean, they already shoot so good that once you get one of these, you take it to the range and you shoot it, you're just awestruck. You're like, wow, this is the starter version of this pistol. It already shoots so damn good. I wonder how great this is going to be when I upgrade the trigger. So this will take a Staccato trigger, so I probably will get the metallic trigger in here. And honestly, I think about the only other thing that I would want to do is maybe get a See if there's somebody out there that machines these barrel bushings, and maybe I could get one that's a little bit of a tighter fit. I don't have really any complaints, especially for the price. I think this could be just a hair tighter. She shoots great at like 25 yards. I have no problem hitting, 6-inch targets with this thing. I will say this, my front sight is as awesome as it is because this comes with a tritium sight. So there's a tritium rod in there. I love that. I can see this in the dark. My front post is a little bit to the right. I just need to adjust it a little bit. So the gun shoots a little bit to the left. And the important thing is it groups to the left. Everything is grouping where I'm shooting. So I just need to adjust this a little bit. The rear post, I am not the biggest fan of these. I want tritium dots. Now I understand those cost more. I am all for just upgrading that. But that's part of the reason why I got worried if this optic cut was messed up, because if I put an optic in here, I want to co-witness with that optic. And I can do that very easily with this because this comes with suppressor height sights. So it should be easy to have these pop up high enough where you can still see through your irons if you put like a red dot reflex sight in here. So we will have to see how that pans out. But I did want a rear post. I'm still shopping around. I wanted a rear post that has 2 dots. So, in a dark situation, you can line your 3 dots up and just really be able to aim a pistol well in a dark lit room. Because I'll be honest with you, this thing shoots so well. Man, I would not rule this out as a carry pistol for me. Now, for a lot of people, that's insane just because of the size of this thing. But yeah, I'm right under 6'3", and I'm a 235-pound guy. So this isn't the biggest pistol in the world for me. As you can see how it sits in my hand, how my hand covers it, and just the robust shooting experience that I get out of this thing. I mean, the stability on this is awesome just from the weight of it. And because it's a 1911, when we were shooting it at the range, my buddy was like, "Where's the recoil?" And I'm like, "Exactly, where is the recoil?" Now, I did put this this muzzle device on here. I just use it as like a thread protector. What I'm saying about this is there's a chance that this is taming a little bit of the recoil, I guess, but that just seems insane to me because I don't understand how this little thing could tame so much recoil where, this gun shoots so great. I have to give the credit to the gun itself. This is some $30 muzzle device that I got from some sale, and honestly, I just put this thing on here because I think it adds to the look of the pistol. So yeah, it is what it is. I think this thing's awesome. I absolutely love it. Now, like I mentioned, this comes with a bushing for the barrel. A lot of other 1911s are coming with a bull barrel. And actually, this gun shot so well, I was so impressed with it, I looked up another gun that TSOS makes for the Military Arms Corporation, MAC. There is a double stack MAC pistol, and it comes with a bull barrel. Man, I saw that thing for sale too on the PSA, and I was like, damn, I was so impressed with this. I ordered one of those. It's a little bit shorter of a barrel, and I'm hoping that that pistol plays out as good as this one did, because then I would definitely carry that thing. But I just absolutely love this TSOS for what it is. It's such an amazing starter pistol, and it's so cool that in 2025 you can feasibly get a double stack 1911 like this. By the way, 1911s by default are usually in 45 caliber. So this also being a 9mm, it's cheaper to shoot. It's easier to source. I mean, 9mm, you can get them from 20 cents a round to a quarter, and you're getting good ammo. And like I said, this thing ran everything. I even took some ammo out of my box of rejects here. These are hollow points that are difficult to run. I've had other guns choke on these, especially these right here, Sierra Outdoor Masters. They have just like a lip on them, like a sharp lip, and they tend to get caught on feed ramps, or they make too much friction and it just doesn't want to feed well. This thing had no problem running these and the remanufactured ammo and all the self-defense loads. So I've just really been impressed with this thing, and I've been holding off making a video talking about it, like I said. But yeah, now is the time, because man, I am so happy with this thing. I ordered another 1911. Now, Sensei Len has been trying to get me into 1911s for a while now. So I'm waiting for the Mac pistol to come in so we can look at these side by side. He is also sending me out a Fusion 1911, and that's like $1,000 1911 with some advanced features in it. It also has a bull barrel. I can't wait to get all three of them together. So I just kind of wanted to kick this off and let you guys know 2025 is the year of double stack 1911s for the working man, and I'm gonna have a few of them in here. We're gonna be looking at them, we're gonna be shooting them, we're gonna be talking about them. I'm gonna be looking at all the different internal parts, and I will see you there. But so far so good with the TSAS. Honestly, if you can still find one of these for the $5.99 on the PSA, definitely check that out, because most YouTube reviewers that have this pistol talk about how they had to pay $700 or $800. This is a $950 MSRP gun, right? So just to get it for the $5.99 is insane. The Mac pistol is a $1,000 pistol, and I think that one was $669. So right around like that $600 price point, I think you're getting a lot if you score one of these on a PSA deal, because you're getting like a 45% discount, and it brings these pistols right in line with like a new Glock or something. I would much rather have this than a standard Glock. It gives me the hammer to manipulate. It shoots better than a Glock. This trigger, this is a good trigger. Even though it's a plastic trigger, the weight on the trigger pull is definitely not bad. It's a lot less crunchy than a Glock trigger, I can tell you that. So I can't wait to see what the Mac pistol's all about. I'm hoping that it is at least the same quality as this, and they're both made by TSAS. So I'm assuming I'm going to get the same build quality. But I mean, just look at this thing. This thing's awesome, right? It has, you can definitely tell it's a 1911, but I like how they put these cuts in here and they did their own thing with it. You know, it definitely stands out from the pack, right? And I just absolutely love that about this pistol. Sensei Len also explained to me the difference between, you know, bushing barrels and the bull barrels. What's really cool about this pistol right here, having a bushing barrel, it's kind of future proof, right? What holds the barrel in place is this bushing right here. So the barrel's not actually rubbing on the inside of this frame right here, which a bull barrel is. What that means is after 20,000 rounds or so, wherever you have metal on metal, you're going to start losing some material. So this bushing will actually shrink. And when that happens, obviously the barrel will start to float a little bit. Well, what's cool about this gun, you can just get another bushing, right? With a bull barrel 1911, there is no bushing. The barrel comes into direct contact with the slide. So after 20,000 rounds and you losing some material here, you're going to have to buy a whole new slide. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, I can order another bushing for this gun and just put it in a bag. And however many rounds later, if I start getting some slop, it's pretty easy to change this one part out instead of having to get a whole new slide. So I'm actually kind of happy that they did that with this TSAS. So yeah, very cool, very awesome looking gun. Definitely looks different. Even the color on it, right? And like I said, I was expecting like a light blue primer on it. That's what it looked like in the ad. Now, I don't know if something happened to their paint, but this looks definitely different than what was advertised. but I dig it. It's been growing on me for sure, right? And my buddy said it looks plastic. Might look plastic, but as soon as you pick this up, you know it's not. Another cool thing about T-Sauce is recently they stopped messing with MIM parts. MIM, for those of you that don't know, is a metal injected molded part. They don't do that, so everything is a forged part in here. That's awesome. That means that all of these parts are way more durable. They can hold up to way more stress. It is definitely something you would expect in a higher price pistol, especially with 1911s. And just think about this, you know, most people are aware of how much a staccato costs. You know, we're talking about sale price pistols here for like $600. Staccatos are thousands, $2,000-$3,000. A Dan Wesson is $2,500, $3,000. Atlas pistols, $3,500 to $5,000. Now those pistols are going to be a little bit better fit than these, right? They're hand fit pistols where a single gunsmith makes the whole pistol. This is a production line pistol, but to get something that's even comparable or even close to that for this price is absolutely amazing, right? And because these are all 1911, you can mix and match a lot of different parts, which is why I was saying I can get a staccato trigger and I can put that in here and swap this out. So I think these are awesome as like a starter pistol, and you can have access to really high quality parts from these Gucci manufacturers, and you can swap some parts out, make these guns what you want. These are also a great gun to get if you are savvy enough to take some things apart and give these guns some love. Polish and buff some surfaces up so that everything just runs cleaner and smoother. And you're going to get something that's a lot closer to a $3,000 staccato if you can just put your own spit shine onto it. So I think these are awesome. They're an awesome project. They are a great starting point, and I'm absolutely psyched about this gun. You will see it on a holster near me. Anyway, I will see you on the flip side. I'm just letting you guys know what's to come. These are the guns that we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be making a bunch of videos on them. And oh yeah, if you made it this far, I know a lot of my subs are here because of some of the Turkish shotgun videos I made. We're gonna have more shotgun time at the range. Definitely gonna be taking all of our shotguns out, and I have a Mossberg 590 on its way right now, and I can compare that to the Hot Sun and the RIA and the Tokarev. So definitely some more range time incoming, not only with these 1911s, but I'm going to be making more shotgun videos too. I know a lot of you were asking me about that, especially the Hot Sun shotgun. That thing's going to be going head to head with the Mossberg, so I'm getting my shells ready, right? And I'm also getting a lot of 9mm ammo ready because I'm going to have a bunch of these 1911s to take to the range. We're going to get a decent round count on all this stuff so I can give you my informed opinion on everything. And again, the only reason I'm talking about this gun right now to start this all off with is because I almost have 1,000 rounds on this thing already, and it has shot flawlessly, and that's what I'm hearing from other owners as well. So you know, you want something like this, check T-Sauce out, and I would look at them through PSA because they seem to have a few crates of these that they can liquidate, and I would expect to get another pistol like this that performs like this and it shoots amazing. So have an awesome day or night wherever you may be, and I'll see you on the flip side.